He loved Rome more than his own life, but Rome feared him. He brought peace, yet was accused of being a threat. Did Julius Caesar die a dictator or a political victim? Julius Caesar was born on July 13th, 100 BC, into an old Roman aristocratic family, the Julia family. Although claiming direct descent from the goddess Venus, Caesar's family did not possess much political power at the time. His father, Gaius Julius Caesar, died when he was young. His mother, Aurelia Cotta, was intelligent and played a key role in shaping Caesar's personality and ambitions. Even as a young man, Caesar demonstrated great determination. He married Cornelia, the daughter of a rival political figure to the dictator Sulla. When Sulla demanded that Caesar divorce his wife, he refused, even though it meant defying the supreme ruler of Rome at the time. As a result, he was forced to flee and live in exile until Sulla's death. After his return to Rome, Caesar began his military career in Asia and Cilicia. He displayed extraordinary bravery and earned recognition as a talented young soldier. One of the most significant moments occurred when he was captured by pirates in the Aegean Sea. In that incident, Caesar displayed his characteristic courage and arrogance. He laughed at his captors and promised to return and punish them after his release. Indeed, after being ransomed, he assembled a fleet, pursued and crucified all the pirates who had held him captive. This reflected his character, bold, confident, and ruthless towards his opponents. Caesar then rapidly climbed the political ladder. He became a lawyer, a quaestor, and eventually served as Pontifex Maximus, the highest religious office in Rome. Ultimately, in 59 BC, he was elected consul, the highest civil office in the Roman Republic. However, this position was not the end of his ambitions. It was the gateway to true power. At the same time, he formed a secret alliance with two of the most influential men in Rome, Pompey Magnus, a great general, and Marcus Crassus, Rome's richest man. This alliance became known as the First Triumvirate, and with it, Caesar assumed de facto control of Rome. After his consulship ended, Caesar was appointed governor of several provinces in Gaul and Illyricum. It was here that he demonstrated his genius as a military commander. Over the course of 8 years, Caesar conquered nearly all of Gaul, modern France, and Belgium. He defeated powerful tribes such as the Helvetii, the Belgae, and most legendarily, Vercingetorix, a great Gallic leader who ultimately surrendered at the Battle of Alesia. These conquests not only drastically expanded Roman territory, but also made Caesar the richest and most popular man in Rome. He chronicled his campaigns in the Commentari de Bello Gallico, military reports that also served as political propaganda to enhance his image in Rome. However, Caesar's fame and power threatened the Senate and Pompey. After Crassus's death in the Eastern War, the Triumvirate alliance collapsed. Pompey turned hostile against Caesar, and supported by the Senate, demanded that Caesar surrender his legions and return to Rome as a civilian. Caesar refused. In 49 BC, he made a bold and historic decision. He crossed the Rubicon River with his army, an illegal act that would amount to a declaration of war on the Republic. Alea iacta est. The die is cast, he said. A civil war ensued between Caesar's forces and Pompey's. Caesar defeated Pompey at the Battle of Pharsalus, 48 BC, in Greece. Pompey fled to Egypt but was assassinated by Egyptian officials hoping to please Caesar. In turn, Caesar, enraged, supported Cleopatra VII in the Egyptian succession dispute. He helped Cleopatra defeat her rival and made her queen. Caesar even developed a personal relationship with her, resulting in the birth of Caesarion, a child whom Cleopatra later recognized as Caesar's own. Back in Rome, Caesar was now the sole ruler. He initiated a major reform program: land distribution, tax amnesty, debt reduction, and the extension of Roman citizenship to the provinces. He also improved the Roman calendar and created the Julian calendar, the basis for the modern calendar we use today. In 44 BC, the Senate gave him the title Dictator Perpetuo, dictator for life. But this was both his peak and his downfall. Many in the Senate feared Caesar would abolish the Republic and establish himself as king, a great fear for the Romans, who had overthrown the monarchy 500 years earlier. The conspiracy to assassinate Caesar was formed by about 60 senators calling themselves the Liberators. Led by Brutus and Cassius, who had been Caesar's allies, they planned to end his life to save the Republic. On March 15th, 44 BC, known as the Ides of March, Caesar arrived unescorted in the Senate. There, he was stabbed 23 times. Upon seeing Brutus participating in the stabbing, Caesar reportedly said, "Et tu, Brute? Even you, Brutus?" Ironically, however, Caesar's assassination did not save the Republic. Instead, his death sparked even greater chaos. The power vacuum plunged Rome back into civil war. Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir, joined forces with Mark Antony and Lepidus to form the Second Triumvirate and hunted down Caesar's assassins. After defeating them, Octavian entered into conflict with Mark Antony and Cleopatra, culminating in the Battle of Actium, 31 BC. Octavian's victory made him Augustus Caesar, Rome's first emperor, officially ending the Roman Republic and ushering in the era of the Roman Empire. Caesar's legacy is immense. His name became an imperial title across cultures: Caesar in Rome, Kaiser in Germany, and Tsar in Russia. The calendar he established endured for nearly 1,600 years before being revised to the Gregorian calendar. His strategy in war, his political prowess, and his skill at propaganda make him a unique figure in world history. Although he died a dictator despised by some nobles, the common people remember him as a leader who championed justice and reform. Julius Caesar is a symbol of the boundlessness of human ambition. He shattered the old system, challenged the established political order, and nearly united the world under one leadership. He was an invincible general, an intriguing politician, and a historical figure whose death marked the end of one era and the beginning of a new one that would change the face of Europe for centuries.